Finally tonight, teens from around the country look at the events in Ferguson, Missouri this summer. We asked our network of student reporting labs how the shooting of Michael Brown and the violent aftermath affected their views of justice and race in America. Here's a sample of those responses.
He did commit a crime in the store, and that led to the events of his death, but that doesn't mean his death was right.
In my eyes, I don't even think it should get to that point. Being that you're an officer, you have to go by a set of rules known as the use of force continuum. So once the perpetrator gets too close into your bubble, your first defense should be to grab a taser or to use hand-to-hand combat, because they are taught that their deadly force is the very, very last method they are supposed to use.
I thought we were a little bit further along as far as race and justice in America, even though, of course, we still have some progress to make. But as far as race and justice and how the police are handling the situation, I had no idea that it could get this horrible, really.
Unfortunately, racism is going to be here for a while, as it has been for a very long time. I don't think it's fair that we blame all police officers for the actions of a very few, and I think it's also very important that we wait for every fact to come through.
You must disperse immediately. This is no longer a peaceful protest when you try to injure people.
It makes total sense to me why the general public would feel like there's a loss of meaning in the police, like this ideal of police being here to protect and serve you, when there are people in Ferguson who are protesting the death of one of their children and the devaluing of young black life, and police respond with tear gas, tanks, rubber bullets, flash grenades.
What happened in Ferguson, Missouri was a tragedy, but it's also a bit of a logical progression. Living in the type of community that I do, I see the issues a lot more than some people around the country would, and I feel like it's the start of almost a second civil rights movement, because this is almost the same as how the first one started, and that the racial tensions have just been building up and they've just reached a boiling point now.
It really showed that even though segregation is over and we have a black president, equality isn't here.
You know, you end up thinking police are my friends, police would never harm me, police have my best interests at heart. But then you see something like this and you think that's not the way it is for everybody, and that's something that absolutely needs to change.
I think the events in Ferguson have revealed to me that racial tensions are still very real in America, and they're just something that we don't talk about as a society anymore. It's become kind of a taboo subject, and I think schools should do more to create a dialogue about that so that we can begin to curb those long-lasting prejudices that we have.
You can see more student voices as well as a Teacher's Lounge blog with strategies for talking about Ferguson in the classroom on our website.